Imagine waking up in the middle of the night and seeing your stepfather silently staring at you in the dark. Then he asks, "Do you love me?" Second later, he tries to kill you. And by sunrise, your mother is dead. This is the horrifying true story of Jean Smith, a woman who thought she had finally found love until she unknowingly invited a monster into her home. Nestled in the Blue Ridge Mountains, Roanoke looked like the perfect quiet American town. But in 2013, one family inside this peaceful city would become the center of a brutal and shocking crime. At the heart of it all was Jean Smith, a hard-working single mother devoted to her two daughters, Marie and Anna, and her young grandson, Johnny. After years of failed relationships and financial struggles, Jean just wanted one thing: a happy family. But sadly, that dream would become a nightmare. Jean was known as a caring mother who always put her family first. She worked hard, supported her daughters, and helped raise her grandson while trying to hold the family together. Then finally, things seemed to be improving. Jean got a full-time warehouse job with benefits. For the first time in years, she felt hopeful. That night, Jean and her daughters went out to celebrate, but even during that happy moment, danger was already surrounding them. Jean's younger daughter, Anna, was trapped in a toxic relationship with her boyfriend, Ron. At first, Ron seemed charming, but after Anna became pregnant, everything changed. Ron drank heavily, he became aggressive, and according to family members, he loved guns. Sometimes when angry, he would literally shoot holes into the walls of the house while Anna and the baby were inside. Everyone around Anna could see the relationship was dangerous, but leaving Ron wasn't easy. Anna was scared of him, and the fear inside that family kept growing. Then another man entered their lives, a man named Michael Eisman. Jean met Mike online through a dating website. At first, he seemed perfect, friendly, funny, open about his troubled past. Mike admitted he had struggled with drugs years earlier, but claimed he had changed, and Jean believed him. For the first time in a long time, her daughters saw her smiling again. But that happiness moved incredibly fast. After knowing each other for barely 1 month, Jean married him, and some family members immediately felt something was wrong. Shortly after the wedding, strange things started happening. Mike would disappear for days. He constantly claimed he was traveling for work. He borrowed money from Jean, and his stories often didn't make sense. Still, Jean defended him. She wanted to believe she had finally found someone who loved her. But behind closed doors, Mike was hiding a dark secret. According to investigators, he had secretly returned to drug use, and his behavior was becoming more unstable by the day. On the night of November 6, 2013, Marie was sleeping downstairs on the couch. Suddenly, she woke up, and sitting in the darkness, staring directly at her, was Mike. Something about him looked completely different. Cold, empty, disturbed. Then he asked, "Do you love me?" Confused and frightened, Marie tried to respond, but within seconds, Mike attacked her. He punched her in the face, threatened to kill the baby, and stabbed her over and over again with a screwdriver. Marie suffered 22 stab wounds. At one point, she lost consciousness, and when she finally woke up, the house was silent. Disoriented and bleeding, Marie stumbled through the house searching for her mother. First, she checked on the baby. Miraculously, Johnny was unharmed, but Jean was nowhere to be found. Terrified, Marie ran to a neighbor's house begging for help. Police and paramedics rushed to the scene. Marie was barely alive, At the hospital, doctors fought to save her. And once she was stable, detectives gave her devastating news. Jean Smith had been murdered. She had been stabbed 19 times. One wound pierced her heart. Marie immediately identified the attacker, Michael Eisman. Police tracked his phone across Virginia. Eventually, officers spotted his vehicle and surrounded him. But instead of surrendering peacefully, Mike begged police to shoot him. He screamed. Officers finally used a taser to take him into custody. When investigators questioned him, he appeared completely disoriented. His eyes were red. He looked exhausted, dirty, and unstable. Eventually, detectives learned the truth. Mike had gone on a methamphetamine binge before the murders. And according to his confession, Jean had recently told him she wanted a divorce. That rejection triggered his violent rage. Michael Eisman was charged with first-degree murder, attempted capital murder. Rather than going to trial, he accepted a plea deal and confessed. He received the maximum possible sentence, life in prison plus 20 years. Today, Marie still lives with the trauma of that night. And although she survived, she lost the person she loved most, her mother. Jean Smith was remembered as a kind woman who would do anything for her family. But one rushed decision and one dangerous person destroyed everything. And maybe the scariest part of all is how normal he seemed in the beginning. Sometimes, the most dangerous people don't break into your home. You invite them in.